Hello students, in this video we are going to learn the concept of loops in Python. So till now what are the programs we have done? In all the programs we are executed each statement only once. No statement is executed repeatedly. Even in case of if else, if also, if the given condition is satisfied, the set of statements are executed only once. Now we are going to learn the concept loops. Generally loops are used to execute set of statements repeatedly, means same statements will run repeatedly. So here there are two types of loops, and first one is the for loop and second one is the while loop. Now let's see the for loop. So how do for loop will run? So here we have written the syntax of the for loop. For loop syntax is for var is any variable name. You can, by following the identifier naming rules, you can give any variable name. Generally it is called as the loop variable. In sequence, here sequence can be list, tuple, string or dictionary. Any sequence can be given. Generally sequence can be called as a collection of values. So here after the for we kept the colon, and by following the indentation we have written two statements. You can write any number of statements, but here we have written two. Now, so how do this for loop will run? So as per the definition, it executes the set of statements repeatedly for every value in the sequence. Meaning is that, for suppose here in sequence I have written four values. First value is 5, next value is 8, 3, 4. So first this variable will take the first value as the 5. 5 is assigned to var. After assigning that, the statement 1 and 2 will be executed one time. After finishing that, again it will go back. Now it takes the next value from the sequence 8. 8 will be stored in the var variable. Then again statement 1 and 2 will be executed. After finishing that, again it will go back and it will take the next value in the sequence, that is 3. 3 will be assigned to variable. After that, again statement 1 and 2 will be executed third time. After finishing both the statements, again it will go back. Now it takes the next value 4. 4 will be assigned to variable, and after that statement 1 and 2 will be executed repeatedly. After finishing that, again it will go back and try to get some value from the sequence. But by this time all the values has been taken. Now what happened? That sequence is completed. Once the sequence is completed, for loop will be terminated. After terminating the for loop, it will continue the execution from the next statement after the for loop. So this is the approach of this is the way for loop will be executed. So conclusion is that if the sequence contains 10 elements, then this statement 1 and 2 will be executed for 10 times for every value in the sequence. If the sequence contains 5 elements, then the statements in the for loop will be executed for 5 times. Now let us see some examples. As usual, open some Python IDE editor. Now here, first write the for loop syntax. Here for is the keyword. So keywords are displayed in orange color. Now after that, as per the syntax, here you have to specify any variable name. Here I am using the variable name as the k. Again it is the keyword. Now here you have to specify the sequence. 6, 2, 3 and colon. So here sequence contains 3 elements. In our earlier example 4 elements, now I have written 3 elements. After that put a colon symbol. Colon is mandatory for, if, else, if, while. After that click on enter. Then automatically indentation will be started. You doesn't need to give, automatically interpreter will, this editor will give you the indentation. If it is not giving, you have to specify the indentation. Now by giving the indentation you have to write a statements. So here I am writing the statements print k. Only one statement I kept. I am not keeping any other statement. Now let us see how do this for loop will run. First what happens? Execution will start from top to bottom. The very first statement is for k in 623. Here 623 is the sequence. Now first what happened as per the definition? From the sequence, the first value will be stored in the variable k. After that, the statements in for loop will be executed. Here only one statement is there, so it will be executed. What is the value stored in the k? 6. 6 will be printed on the screen. First 6 will be printed. Assume that this is the output. output. First 6 will be printed. So after finishing the statements in for loop, again it will go back to the for loop header. Now 6 is completed. Now it takes the second value in the sequence. What is the second value here? 2. Now 2 will be taken and it will be stored in the variable k, means it will be assigned to k. After assigning that, again the statements in the for loop will be executed. Here one statement is there, so simply write print of k. What is the k value, current value? 2. Then 2 will be printed on the screen. After that, after finishing the statement, again it will go back and it will take the next value to the k. What is the next value here? 3. So 3 will be assigned to k, then come into the for loop. Here within the for loop only one statement is there, so print k. K current value is 3. Now after finishing that, again it will go back and try to get the next value. But in that sequence all the 3 values are completed. Once the sequence is completed, for loop will be terminated. Now let us see what is the result it is showing on the screen. Yeah. Now go and run the program. Yes. Okay. See this one? 623 has been printed. Now after terminating the for loop, from where execution will be continued. So just click on enter after this one. Now here giving the indentation with print. Here the print statement is within the for loop. Now click on back. Now it came back to the main program alignment outside the for loop. Now write the print end. Now so here whenever for loop terminates, then it continues execution from the very first line after the for loop. So this is the whole for loop. If you carefully observe that, this is the complete for loop. Once the for loop is terminated, execution will be resumed from the very first line after the for loop. Now run the program and check. Yeah. So what is it displaying? 623 is loop elements. After that, after finishing the for loop, n has been printed. What happens if I keep this one within the for loop? So meaning is that I am giving the same indentation with the print k. Meaning is that this for loop contains two statements. Within the for loop, two statements are there. Meaning is that for every value of k, these two statements will be executed once. Now assume that initially k value is 6. Then what it will be printed? Print 6. After that, end. Then it will go back and take the next value for the k. Now k value will be taken as 2. Now print 2 and end. After that it will take the next value, print 3 end. Now run the program and check. So this is the difference of keeping this print end statement within the for loop and outside the for loop. See this one? If I keep it within, for every value of k, these two statements are getting repeated. In case if I take it outside the for loop, after finishing the for loop, this print end statement will be executed only once. Let's run. Yeah. See this one? 6, 2, 3 end. So this is the way for loop will be executed. Now here, if you want to keep more values in the sequence, so here directly you can specify that 7, 2, 1, 3, 0, 9 like this. And now run the program. See this one? All the values are getting displayed one after another. So here in this sequence, you can give anything. Instead of a tuple, instead of a list, you can give the tuple also. So this is the tuple. Instead of square brackets, if you use the parenthesis, that is called as the tuple. Now run the program and check. Same output you are getting. Now, instead of tuples and these things, in a for loop you can specify the strings. For suppose here I have written Anil. So here Anil is the string. This string contains 4 elements, 4 characters. A is the first character, N is the second character, I is the third character, and L is the fourth character. Similar to the list, first A will be assigned to K. Then the statements in the loop will be executed. After that n will be assigned to k. Then statements in for loop will be executed. After that I will be assigned to k. Then statements in for loop will be executed. After that L. Now run and check. Yeah. ANIL. In case if I keep this print and statement within that for loop, means I have changed the indentation of this print. I kept it within the for loop. So now what happened? For every character AND will be executed. So let's run and check similar to the list. A and N and I and L and. So this is the way for loop will be executed. Now in case what happens if I don't give this colon symbol here? Just remove that colon and try to run the program. Run module. It is showing that invalid syntax, means syntax error. You are not following the programming rules. Now keep the colon and run. Now it is working fine. So this is the way you can write the for loops. I hope that you are clear. Now sometimes you want to give the huge sequence, like I want to consider 1 to 100 numbers. How can I consider? In such case, there is one special function is there, a range, we are going to discuss now. Yeah. So here one special function is there, range function. The range function is used to generate sequence of values from start to stop -1 with the given step size, and the by default step size is 1. So let us see. Here range function can be written in 3 ways. This is the first way, second way and third way. Here start, stop, step, these are the values which you are passing to the function. Here start means this is the starting number, from which number you want to start, that thing you have to specify. Stop, at which number you have to stop, means in a stop you assume that you have given 10, from where it will stop, stop -1. For suppose here I have written start equal to 1, stop equal to 10, then it will take the numbers from 1 to 9, stop -1 it will take. And step, in that sequence what is the difference between any two values? If you write an example then you will understand. Yeah, for suppose ideally, yeah, so first here I want to generate a range. So here what is the first one? Start. Here I am giving the start value as the 5, comma, next I am giving stop value I am giving as the 10. So meaning is that it is starting from 5, it always ends at stop -1. 10 minus 1 is 9. So whatever the number you have given, just before that number it will stop, comma, next thing is the step. What should be the difference between any two numbers in that sequence? For suppose here I have written 1 and try to display the k. Sorry, it is not displaying. So what it is displaying? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See this one, if you carefully observe that it is starting from 5. In range I have given starting at 5. Yes. What is the stop I have given? 10. 10 minus 1, 9. It will stop just before the 10. Now, if you take any two continuous number, what is the difference? 5 and 6, 1. Next, 6 and 7, 1. 7 and 8, 1. 8 and 9, 1. So here I have given the step size as the 1. So that's why it always takes the difference between any two numbers as 1. Now let's write in another way. Range starting from 10 ending at 25. I am giving the step size as 2. Just convert to the list for display purpose only. Yeah. See this one? It is starting at 10. Ending at, here I have given the stop as the 25. That's why it stopped at 24. Next here I have given the step as the 2. Meaning is that if you take any two continuous numbers, difference should be 2. So here 10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 2 14, 14 plus 2 16, 16 plus 2 18, 18 plus 2 20, 20 plus 2 22, 22 plus 2 24. So that is the purpose of the step. Step means, so what should be the difference between any two continuous number. So here, instead of creating the list every time, you can use the range function in for loop. This is one way of using the range. Now second way, range start comma stop. Here we are not specifying the step. This is the second version. Here we are not specifying the step. So let us see how to write. Already in definition already clearly I told that if you do not specify the step, by default step size is 1. By default step size is 1. In second version you are not specifying the step. Meaning is that it always takes the step size as the 1. Step 1 is meaning that continuous number 1, 2, 3, 4 like that sequence. So let's write an example. Now here, now again write a range function. Here I am taking two values, start and stop. Start I have given 10, stop I have given 20. I want to display in the form of a list. That's why I am considering. Yeah. So what it has been generated? Here starting value is 10, ending value is 20. Means it will stop at 19. Stop minus 1. And here I didn't give the step. When the step is not given, always step will be taken as the 1. So 10 plus 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is the way whenever you are giving two values in the range, start and stop, this is the way it will be taken. Now let's come to the third way. So this is the third way of taking the range function. Here you are giving only one parameter, that is called as the stop. So here we are not giving the start and we are not giving the step. If you are not giving the start, it always starts with 0. If the stop is not given, then always it starts with 0. And already we have discussed that if step is not given, it will be taken as 1. Let's see an example. For suppose here in a range, I have written 5. What is the meaning? It is starting from 0. Here 5 is the ending. 5 is the ending means it should stop at 4. And what is the step size? 1. Yeah. See this one? Here start is not given, that's why starting from 0. End is given, it will stop at 5 minus 1, 4. What is the step size I have? I didn't give any step size, that's why it will be taken as 1. So these are the three ways you can use the range function. Now how to use this range function in the for loop? Already we have discussed that range is used to generate the sequence of values. Let's start writing programs with range. Now here as usual take it. Here how to use the range? Just instead of the sequence, simply use the range. Here use the range of 5. So in a previous example, what is the range of 5 values? A range of 5. Here start is not given. Whenever you are giving the single parameter, that is the ending point, not the starting. So whenever you are giving the single parameter, start is always taken as the 0. End will be at stop minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. 0 to 4. Step is not given, always it will take by 1 by 1. Meaning is that here this will be taken. Indirectly this will be taken. Wait. This will be taken. Now run this program and check. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So meaning is that here what will be taken? This list will be generated. Whenever you have written range of 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be generated. So first k value will be taken as 0. Then this print statement will be executed once. After that again it will go back. K value will be taken as 1. Then this print will be executed. Then again it will go back. Now k value will be taken as 2. This will be executed. then k value will be taken as 3, then k value will be taken as 4. Now run the program and check. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 has been generated. Now if you want to give the start and stop, 10, 20. So here I have given two parameters, 10, 20. So here start is 10, stop is at 19, 20 minus 1. It will stop just before the 20. Already here one example is there, 10, 20. It will stop at 19. Here I didn't give the step size, that's why it will be taken as 1. So it will generate the list of values 10, 11. These values will be generated. Just for understanding I am copying here. Yeah. These values will be generated. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So here if you take that, in between every two numbers, the difference is 1. Now run this program. 10, 11, 12, so on. So execution order is same. Here instead of giving the sequence manually, we are generating the sequence by using range function. That's what we are doing here. Now, so what if you want to give the step size? That is the third parameter, 10, 20, here I given the step size as 3. Here I have given the step size as 3. So here if you carefully observe that, what sequence will be generated here? First, starting number is 10, comma. What is the ending number? 20 minus 1, 19. Now what should be the difference between any two numbers? 3. Yes. 10 plus 3, 13, 13 plus 3, 16, 16 plus 3, 19. So this sequence will be generated. Now run this program and check. 10, 13, 16, 19. So this is the way, by using range function, you can generate sequence of values. Now for suppose here they have given a question, display numbers from 1 to 100. So this thing they have given in your question in exam. So how to write a program? First, for k in range, by using range function you have to generate a numbers from 1 to 100. So whenever you are displaying, how do you display? 1, 2, 3, 4, so on like that. If you take any two numbers, difference is 1. So here what you have to do is, start should be taken as 1. You are starting from 1, comma. Stop. Where to stop? You have to stop at 100. Means you have to write 101 plus 1 should be given, comma. What is the step size? 1. Over. Now here what happened? This range function will generate the sequence 1 to 100. So as usual, as per the for loop definition, k will take one value at a time from the sequence and it executes the body of the loop. Now run this program. 1 to 100 numbers has been displayed on the screen. Simple. Now if they ask you to display odd numbers between 1 to 50, assume that I am going to display the odd numbers from 1 to 50. Means what will be displayed? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on up to 49. So these are the odd numbers I am going to display on the screen from 1 to 50. So here starting number is 1. So start I have kept as the 1, no issue. What should be the ending number? 49. Here I have to write 50. 50 minus 1, 49, because it will generate up to n minus 1. Now if you carefully observe that, what is the difference between any two numbers here? 2. That's why here in a range, specify the step size as the 2. Specify the step size as the 2. Now run this program. See this one? Here I am displaying all the odd numbers between 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, so on up to 49. Now, in an exam, in case if they ask you to display the even numbers between 1 and 50. So here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so on. Up to which number I will display? Up to 50. So in between 1 and 50, these are the even numbers. Now here, what is the first number you are starting here? If you carefully observe that, 2. So here in a range, make the first number as the 2. After that, what is the ending number? 50. Means you should stop at 51. And what is the difference between any two continuous numbers? 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. So automatically step size becomes 2. Now run the program and check. All even numbers are getting displayed. If you carefully observe that even numbers and odd numbers, the difference between any two numbers are same. That from where you are starting, that is very important. So this is how we can use the for loop for writing some sample programs. Now, so you can write another program by taking input from the user. Take number from user and print numbers from 1 to given number. So assume that this is the question. So here what they told, here you have to take one number from the user. Take n equal to, how to read input from the user? That to number. Int input enter number and close these brackets. So you have taken one number, that number has been stored in n. Now what is the question? You have to display the numbers from 1 to n. N is the given number. So write the for loop for k in range 1 comma 1 is the starting number to given number. So means n plus 1. Why I have written n plus 1? It will, if I don't give n plus 1, it will stop at the previous one. I'll discuss again. And step size should be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you take any two continuous number, difference is 1. Close it, put column and print k. And now run this program and check. Enter number. I entered 5. It is displaying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now run the program again. Enter 10. It is displaying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In case what if I don't give n plus 1 here? It will stop before the n. Meaning is that here I have written 5. It will stop at the 4. Because in a range function, ending will be taken as stop minus 1. So this is the way you can do. Now, so next thing, you can take one number from user and display all its factors. Display all its factors. Meaning is that, for suppose I have taken 10 here. So what are the factors of 10? 1, 2, 5, 10. So how do you know that these are the factors? So what you have to do is, if you take 10 as the number, so take numbers from 1 to 10, divide 10 with each number. First divide 10 with 1. If you are getting remainder 0, that is divisible. Then 1 is the factor. Then take 2. Then take 3. Then 4, 5, so on. So like this you have to take. So here what you have to do is, here n is the numerator, that is fixed. 10 is the numerator. Assume that I have entered n value as the, assume that I have entered 6. Now here in sequence what I have to generate, here range function what I have to generate 1 2 3 4 5 6, because if I take n as the 6, that 6 can be divided with 1 2 3 4 5 6, up to all numbers you have to consider. So here n is the numerator and denominator is the k. So what you have to do is, if n is the numerator, if you divide with k and you are getting remainder as the 0, so here I have to use double equal to symbol because I am comparing the remainder with 0. If successful division is there, then k is the factor. Now run this program and check. I have entered 6. What are the factors for 6? 1 2 3. 6 is also a factor. Then I have to run the for loop up to n plus 1 up to the 6. If I write n plus 1, then it will generate up to 6. If I write only n, it will generate up to 5. Now, so if I take 10 as the input from the user, what are the factors? 1 2 5 10. So here by using 1 you can divide 10, by using 2 also, by using 5, by using 10 also. So these are the different ways you can write different programs. So now in case if they ask you to count the number of factors for the given number, count the number of factors of given number, so then how to do? So here in this question what you have done is simply find that given number is a factor or not and displaying on the screen. You are finding the factors and displaying. In case they ask that how many number of factors are there, then you have to start doing the counting. So whenever this type of question comes about counting, so always take some initial value as the 0. Take some temporary variable with any name and assign with some value as the 0 whenever there is a concept of counting. Now, so in a loop, whenever given condition satisfies means whenever n is successfully divided by any number, then always increase the count by 1. Whenever the given condition satisfied, then increase the count by 1. So like this, repeat this process for every number. So here already in our example we have discussed that if we take 6, 1 has successfully divided the 6, then immediately increase the c value by 1. After that it go back. Now take the k value as the 2. 2 is also successfully divided 6. Then increase the c value by 1 again. Then now current c value is 2. Next k value become 3. 3 successfully divide 6. Then increase the c equal to c plus 1. Count is increased by 1. Now count value is 3. After that 4. 4 cannot divide 6 perfectly. Then this condition become false. If you divide 6 with 4, remainder is not 0. So that's why this condition become false. If the condition is false, then c equal to c plus 1 will not be executed. So count remains 3 itself. After that again go back. Now take the k value as the 5. Again if you divide 5 with 6, remainder is not 0. Again condition false and this line will not be executed. Again go back. Now take the k value as the 6. 6 divides 6 perfectly. Then remainder is 0. Then increase the count value by 1. Now you have to repeat this process until you finish the for loop. After finishing the for loop, come back in the indentation, come outside the for loop. You will get the perfect count after finishing that loop only. So that's why first come out of the loop, then write a statement print. You can write that number of factors. This is the message to be displayed, and put comma, then displayed here count is stored in the variable c. And now run this program and check. First say this one, enter number 6. How many factors are there? 4. Now run the program again, enter 100. 100 has 9 factors below 100. Now enter 2500. It has the 15 factors. You can apply the same logic for any number. How big the number is that, it doesn't matter. For any number it will find the number of factors. So this is the way you can do it. In case if they ask you to find out that whether given number is a prime number or not. Given number is a prime number or not. So what is the logic for prime number? Simple. If the number is having exactly two factors, 1 and itself, then it is called as the prime numbers. So here remove the statement and simply write if c double equal to 2 condition. After finishing the for loop, you will get the number of factors in variable c. So that's why after finishing the for loop, check that if number of factors are exactly 2, then print a message given number is a prime. Else, if the above condition false, means number of factors are not 2, then automatically given number is not a prime. Not a prime. Now run this program and check. Enter the number 9. 9 is not a prime because it can be divided by 1, 3 and 9. Now run the program and again enter 7. It is showing that prime. 7 is a prime number. So this is the way you can write the several programs. Now, so this is one type of programs you can do. And here sometimes they can ask, write a program to find the sum of numbers in the given range. How to do? Sum of numbers in given range. So first you are giving n, means what are the number you are giving. For suppose if I enter 10, I have to find the numbers between 1 and 10. If I give 100, I have to find the sum of numbers between 1 and 100. How can I do? This is similar to the count but little bit different. Initially take the sum equal to 0. Whenever there is a concept of adding values, then always initially take some value, take some temporary variable with value 0. Now whenever new number is coming, so this is used to store the sum. Now whenever any new number is coming, whatever the number you want to add it, simply write first for sum add the new number s equal to s plus k. Here by using the range you are generating the sequence. From sequence you are always taking one value at a time in the k. So now add all values to the s, and whenever you are adding, every time store it in the same variable. So automatically new sum will be calculated. So repeat this process continuously. After finishing the for loop, simply write print. You can write sum is, it will be stored in the variable s. Let's run a program. So here I entered 5. What is the total? 15. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. Now if I enter 100, 5050. If I enter 1000, so 5 lakhs 500. So this is the way you can do this calculation for any numbers. Now in case if they ask you to find the sum of even numbers in the given range, sum of even numbers means if you give 1 to 100, in between 1 and 100 what are the even numbers are there, those should be added. So how can you do? Simply here you can give some condition. Before adding the sum, how can you say that given number is even? If you divide the number with 2, k mod 2 double equal to 0. If you divide any number with 2, you are getting remainder as the 0. That is called as the even number. So whenever you divide the given number with 2, you are getting remainder as the 0. Then automatically add that number to the previous sum. Add that number to the previous sum and store it in the variable s. So like this repeat your process, and after finishing the loop you will get the perfect sum of even numbers, then display on the screen. Now run this one, enter number 10. So here I am displaying all the even numbers total between 1 and 10. This is the way you can write. Now so here in range you can use one more version in descent. Till now in a range we are taking in ascending order, we didn't take anything in descending order. So let us see how to do. So for k in range. So here now I am taking start as the 10. I am starting from 10. Where do I am stopping? I am stopping at 5. Starting is 10 and stop is 5. This is in descending order. So whenever you are giving in descending order, start is greater than the stop, then step size always should be negative. Step size always should be negative. Now colon and print k. So let us see what will be printed on the screen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It will be in the decreasing order. First 10, 10 minus 1, 9, 9 minus 1, 8, 8 minus 1, 7, 7 minus 1, 6. When it is in descending order, what is the number before 5? 6. There it will be stopped. So this is the way you can use range function for descending order also. Now, this is the way you have to write a programs by using for loop. After finishing the for loop, you can write some programs by using while loop. So first, let us discuss what is while loop. Then we can write a program. So this is the while loop. So what is the definition of while loop? It executes the set of statements repeatedly until the given condition becomes false. So let's see the syntax. Here how you have to write. Here while is the keyword. After that you have to specify the condition similar to if condition. After that you have to put a colon. After finishing that line, you have to give some indentation. With the indentation you have to write some statements. So what are the statements you have written here? All the statements comes under while loop. So if the condition is true, these statements are executed repeatedly. This means first, whenever you are running the program, while loop first checks the condition. When the condition becomes true, it executes set of statements. After that, again it will go back and check the condition again. Means it will not go to the next line. After finishing all the statements in while block, again it will go back and check the condition. If the condition becomes true again same statements will be executed. After finishing these statements, again you have to go back. Again condition will be checked. If the condition is true, again these statements will be executed. So here it will repeat this process until the given condition become false. So conclusion is that whenever you are writing a while loop, you have to make sure that condition should become false at some point of time. Otherwise what happens is that condition always becomes true. So that what happens? Same set of statements executed repeatedly, means infinitely. Means there is no ending point. Those statements keep on running repeatedly. Such type of loops are called as the infinite loops. Infinite loops means loops where condition never becomes false. So that set of statements will be executed repeatedly. So that's why whenever you are writing any program, that program should be stopped at some point of time. So that's why you have to write a condition like that. Your program should stop at some point of time. So okay, let's write a programs in using while loop. So whenever you are writing the while loop, so here we have to remember two things. So here first thing is the keyword while. First you have to write the keyword while, then you have to place a condition. For suppose I want to print a numbers between 1 and 100. 1 and 100. Now here take some variable x equal to 1. So means starting from 1. Similar to in a for loop start value. In a for loop, in a range function, you have given start value. Similar to that, take 1 and assign in some variable. Now after that, in a while you have to place a condition. Here I am writing the condition x less than or equal to 5. And after that colon. So here this is the condition I have written. So this is the condition. After that give a colon and click on enter. Automatically indentation came. Automatically indentation came. After that simply write print x. Means whatever the x value is there, that will be printed. After that here what I have to do is, you should not stop. Here one more important point is that, here if you carefully observe that, so this is the starting. This is the start value, and here in condition you are giving endpoint. Now, but here you are not giving step. Whenever you are using the range function, if you don't give the step, it will be taken as the 1, or else if you give any step value, that will be taken. But in while loop there is no such concept. You have to give the step manually. So here I am writing x equal to, wait, here I am writing x equal to x plus 1. Yeah, no, generally this is called as the step. Yeah, so this is the while loop should be written. Now how do execution will be started? Generally program will be executed from top to bottom. Initially x value has been taken as the 1. After that it will come to the while header. So here what is the condition? X less than or equal to 5. So already we told that what is the initial value of x? 1. 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition became true. Then immediately the statements in the while loop will be executed one time. Print x. What is the value of x? 1. So here 1 will be printed on the screen. After that you have written one more statement, step size. So in a range function, even though you are not giving anything, step will be taken as 1. But in while loop you have to give it manually. So here I am writing the step x equal to x plus 1. Meaning is that x value is increased by 1. 1 plus 1, 2. After finishing both the statements, again go back and check the condition. Now what is the current value of x? 2. 2 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Then print x. What is the current value of x? 2. 2 will be printed. After printing that again, what is the next statement? X equal to x plus 1. X value increased by 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. After finishing both the statements, again go back here and check the condition. What is the current x value? 3. 3 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Then come inside the while loop. Print x. X value is 3. 3 will be printed on the screen. After that, x equal to x plus 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Now again go back and check the condition. So here 3 is printed. Yeah. Now x value is 4. 4 less than or equal to 5. True. Print x. 4 will be printed. X equal to x plus 1. X value became 5. Go back and check the condition. 5 less than or equal to 5. True. And print x. 5 will be printed on the screen. And x equal to x plus 1. X value became 6. Now again go back and check the condition. What is the x value? 6. 6 less than or equal to 5. Condition became false. Condition became false. So once the condition false, while loop will be terminated. Now run this program and check what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been printed. Now assume that I have removed this thing. What happened? X value is 1. While 1 less than or equal to 5, true. Print x. X value is 1 will be printed. After that again it will go back. X value is not modified anywhere. So x value remains 1 itself. Again 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Print 1. Again go back. X value is not modified. 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Print. Go back. Again. So means 1 will be printed continuously. And let's run the program and check. See this one? 1 keep on printing. Your program is not ending. So you have to forcefully terminate like this. So that's why whenever you are writing the while loop, whatever the variable involved in the while loop, that variable should be modified. Like that, your loop should terminate at some point of time. Otherwise, such loops will keep on running. So this is the way you have to write a logic for while loop. Now, in case, in exam, if they ask you to write a while loop to print numbers from 1 to 100. So simple logic, initially take the x value as the 1, then while x less than or equal to 100, print x and x equal to x plus 1 and run this program. 1 to 100 has been displayed on the screen. Now, in case if they ask you to display all the odd numbers between 1 to 100, already we know the logic. Odd numbers means what is the difference between any two numbers? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, so on. So in between any two numbers, difference is 2. X is starting from 1, 1 less than or equal to 100, print x. After that 1 plus 2 is 3. So increase the x value every time by 2. So automatically step size will become 2. So now it will display all the odd numbers. See this one? There is no even number printed here. Now if they ask you to print even numbers, then start the x with 2. Same logic you have to apply. In range you are specifying start, end and step. So here this is the start, this is the end, and this is the step. You have to write it very carefully. Now run this program. You will get only even numbers. This time only even numbers are printed. Now, so next time, for suppose if they ask you to find the sum of even numbers, so they are not asking you to print, they ask you to sum. So whatever the logic you are writing in while loop, start is fixed, start is compulsory. You cannot skip the start, and you cannot skip the end, and you cannot skip the step or update. You have to modify the variable involved in the condition. That can be increase or decrease or anything. Any type of modification should be done, so that at some point of time that condition will become false. In case if you don't modify this variable x within the while loop, condition always becomes true. So this is the step. This is the basic structure. Now what is the question? They ask you to find the sum of even numbers. So before the loop, initially take sum equal to 0. Before the loop, initially take sum equal to 0. So in while loop, every time add s equal to s plus x. Same logic you have written in the for loop also. Whenever they ask you to find the sum, always take initially s equal to 0 and find s equal to s plus new variable. So keep on running this. After finishing the while loop, come outside and print sum is yes, and sum will be printed on the screen. Sum is 2550. So this is the way you can write the while loop logics. So generally whenever you are running the while loop, if the condition become false, execution will be continued from the very first line after the while loop. See this one? This is the complete while loop. After finishing the while loop, what is the first line? This one. Print sum is yes. So s value will be displayed on the screen. So this is the way you can write different programs by using while loop also. In case if you want to display the numbers in decreasing order, like 100 to 1, like how you have to write 100, 99, 99, 98, 97, 96, 90, so on up to 1. I want to display the numbers in decreasing order by using while loop. So let us see how to write the logic. Simply initially take x equal to 100. After that, while up to which number I want to print? Up to 1. So while x greater than or equal to 1. This is the decreasing order. You have to remember, that's why I have written greater than or equal to 1. And every time print the value of x. After printing the current value, decrease the x value by 1. Because I am using decreasing order, not the increasing order. So after 100, I need 99. After 99, I need 98. After 98, I need 97. So that's why after printing the x value, every time I am decreasing the value of x by 1. And now run this program and check the result. See this one, up to 1 all the numbers are displayed in descending order. So this is the way you can write the logics for while loop. So that's all about these loops concept.